This is the book of Mark, chapter 11, and verse 24. Therefore I say unto you, whatsoever things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. I want to start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. My name's Brother Napak from the Camp Prophets in Babylon, down here in Tempe, Florida. And I want to give double honors to elders and apostles, a great millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the ones listening in. And I want to get into a quick lesson. The Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the hopeful elect. And I'm going to title this lesson, Just Believe. All right? Just believe, And that's something that I just, been, thinking about, for the past weeks, man. Weeks. All right? Because, your belief is what's going to, get you saved. All right? Because your belief, you believe in the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right? That also leads into you doing the works for the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, which also, have you in fear, of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So these are the character traits these are the traits, of an elect man, to be able to believe, to fear, to be diligent for the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. That will take you a long way. So, go ahead. I'm going to bring back this Mark chapter 11 verse 24. It says, therefore I say unto you, what things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. All right. And one of the main things, that a man of the Lord, and brothers that are sincere in this thing desire is salvation. All right. We all desire salvation, from this wicked place, man, to be saved. All right. For the Lord to save us. All right. We pray. All right. For that to happen, man. So ultimately, since we believe in that, all right, you will be able to receive that. All right. So the ones that, endure unto the end, believing the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to save us, they will be saved, man. And prayer, all right, comes with the belief, because when you pray, you ask for these things. All right. You ask for whatever you desire. And, ultimately, brothers, ask for mercy. All right. To be more diligent, to have more faith, to, have more wisdom in different things, man. But ultimately, salvation. Okay. We all desire salvation. That's what we constantly ask the Lord of. Okay. We constantly pray unto the Lord. And we believe in it through our actions. It shows that we believe in it through our actions. All right. We show, our faith by our works. We show our belief through our works. All right. So, brothers that's been, on years, in this thing, and even brothers, that may not have, been a few years in this thing, but you're showing your faith through your sacrifices you make for the Lord, the time you sacrifice, you enduring. All right. A year in, 2 years in, 3 years in, however long, man. All right. And you're continuously enduring, man, and hoping that the Lord keeps the faith on you. That shows your belief in the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And right now I'm just speaking from my own testimonies, the Lord has been showing me that, that as long as you just give it into his hands, all right, the Lord is going to allow you to receive the things that you ask for. Okay? As long as you just give it into the Lord's hand, you pray about it, you ask for it, then you allow the Lord to do his thing. And then you're not constantly worried or frustrated or anxious or anything anymore about it because you trust in the Lord. Ultimately, the Lord show you. All right? Since you believe in him, the Lord's going to do, all right, what you ask, what you desire. All right? And that's just on a base level. All right, I've been seeing this, on a base level. For example, with my keys or losing certain things, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll find it. I'll probably stress out at first, but, ultimately give it to the Lord, and the Lord will allow me to find it. And it'll just be, simple things like that will show you, man. And you have to look at everything spiritual. All right, because a random nigga be like, yeah, I just found my keys. Nah, man, the Lord, was able to allow me to find my keys again. All right, to be able to do what I needed to do. And that's, the blessing. That's the blessing from, your belief. All right. To believe you truly are blessed. Not a lot of these people believe in the Lord, man. All right. They don't have this hope that we have. It says in the NLT, I tell you, you can pray for anything. And if you believe you've received it, it will be yours. So it says, you can pray for anything. It won't allow you to be able to pray for anything. And if you believe, all right, that you've already received it, it will be yours. All right. That's what a belief comes into, man. Ultimately, we believe that we will be saved, man. As long as we continue to do this work, we're going to be saved, bro. The Lord's going to save his men. The Lord's going to save the woman that, served him, the children that served him. The Lord's going to save us. That's our belief, man. All right? But your belief, all right, your faith continuously be tested each and every day. And that's why you have fallouts, because they can't continue on to believe. They can't continue on to go on. They can't continue to keep praying and, doing what is needed of them, all right, to serve the Lord. They get tired. Their fire starts to dim away, all right, along with their spirits, all right. This is Ephesians 6 and verse 18. It says, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit. All right, so we're praying always. Like I said, when you pray, man, it comes with belief. All right, because the things you ask for, you must believe in them. All right, so we're praying always. Brothers, if you're not praying every day, you got to really examine and check yourself, man. Every brother should be praying every day, man. Constantly talking unto the Lord. All right. Giving praises unto the Lord. Okay. So it says praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit. All right. So we're praying always, with all prayer and supplication, in the Spirit, calling into the Lord, asking for mercy, asking for that salvation, praying, all right, and supping with the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay? A lot of times, it was it was a Jake, man. He was telling me, like, yeah, man, you ever just like at nighttime you be alone, bro, and you going through it, man. It's always at nighttime you go through it, but in daytime you be cooling, but at night it's just all those demons start to attack you. I said, nah, I'll be good at night, man. He was like, for real? I said, yeah, you wanna know why? I said, why? Because I be talking to the Lord. I'll be praying unto the Lord, man. Once Jake at nighttime, Jake be lonely, have nobody to talk to, and all these different things. But for brothers, man, you can speak unto the Lord and vent unto the Lord and talk to the Lord and pray unto the Lord and meditate. All right, on the blessings that He's going to gift us with, and reward us with. That hope, all right, that belief, all right. While everyone else here is depressed and in darkness, we continue on with our hope and light. All right, believing on it unto the Lord. Okay. So yeah, man. Night times, bro. Brothers be sleeping good, man. These niggas be sleeping, with all types of depressed spirits and depressed demons and all these different things, bothering them, at night when they're alone. But brothers, we sleep good because we continuously pray, talk to the Lord, you know, and that's one of the main things I do before I go to sleep is vent unto the Lord about my day. All right, you know, you don't need a woman to vent to, and you don't always have to vent to other brothers, which is it's good, but I ain't saying you can't vent, to certain brothers, and you know, but go to the Lord first. That's one thing brothers gotta understand is to always go to the Lord first, man. Okay? Pray about it first, man. It continues on, it says, or bring it back, it says, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. All right, and then NLT says, pray in the Spirit at all times and on every occasion. All right, so pray in the Spirit at all times, man, and on every occasion. All right, you lose your key, pray. You get frustrated, pray. You feel sad, pray. You feel happy, pray. You're rejoicing, pray. And on all occasions, pray at all times, man. All right, and even just when you're rejoicing, you start calling upon the name of the Lord. That's prayer in itself. Call Allah Yahweh Shai. Call Allah Yahweh Shai. Praises to the Lord. All right, that's prayer within itself, man. So pray on every occasion, man. It says stay alert and be persistent in your prayers for all believers everywhere. So stay alert, watching. All right, looking around, being circumspect. All right, and be persistent in your prayers for all the believers, for all the brothers. Keep the brothers in your prayer. Keep yourself and your family in prayer. There's a lot to pray about, man. So just believe, all right, in what you ask, in what you want, and what you desire, and you will receive it. All right. So continue to believe, Akim. Believe in the salvation. Believe in the Lord Yahweh Shai coming back. All right. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect and the ones listening in. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the Lord Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, and Kakadash. Double honor to elders and apostles, great millstone, who teach you well. Peace and blessings to hopeful elect. Shalom.